Okay, so an early look at the Escapists 2 at 21 by 9. This is an early look at the game, so let's hope that things change before release, but as it stands, there is a clear lack of ultra-wide support in this title, so much so that the game doesn't even support higher resolutions in the graphics menu than 1920 by 1080. You would have at least expected the 60 by 9 alternative to your native resolution, which in my case would obviously be 2560 by 1440. So at this stage I've had to resort to black barred 1920 by 1080 when playing, and whilst I hope 21 by 9 support comes in the final build, I can say it's pretty unlikely it's a day one feature, but I will let you guys know at launch what the case is. And this is a shame because the gameplay is bloody fantastic. Also, sorry this video wasn't out earlier. It was supposed to come out 5 days ago, but I haven't had my voice all week, so I haven't physically been able to record it. And even now you can probably hear it in my voice, but I wanted to get this video done before the game even came out, just so you can get an early look at it. So I never played the first game, and I've gone into this cold, not really knowing anything about it. Not that the first and second game are really part of any story arc or the like. And this is quite simply a game about breaking out of prison. It's a very simple idea. Get from locked away inside, out into the freedom beyond the walls. Of course though, there are a myriad of ways to accomplish this task, and of course each prison will pose a new task to escape from. This early version I have only has 2 prison levels, and one of those is the tutorial level. The second is where the fun is. It's the first experience of being stuck in a prison alone and needing to find a way out. Now, I should also note that among other things, this early version of the game lacked things like controller layout info, but I can confirm it has controller support, which is very welcome. So if you have any kind of imagination, then you should be able to already guess the kinds of things that you can do in this to aid your escape. From breaking walls, vents, digging underground, beating up guards, stealing items, crafting items, completing jobs, hoarding resources, avoiding attention, etc, etc. You can do a lot. And as you do everything, you must also keep in time with the prison rota. Make sure you turn up to roll call, lunch, your job, dinner, and of course your cell at night. Missing any of these things will start to raise the security level. Guards will take more notice of things you do. You'll be caught far more easily, be subject to more searches of yourself and your cell that might allow them to take away your valuable escape gear. I love the openness of this game. Yes, a lot of it is over the top, unrealistic, but obviously it would be. Anyone complaining about realism not being enough of a factor is taking it a bit too seriously. You can also create your own character, customizing your look, and really the game just lets you go free, leaving you to your own devices to try and work out how to escape. It suddenly gets stressful as you get closer to escape because meeting those deadlines like roll call get frustrating as you just want to continue your escape, but inevitably that's obviously part of the game. It wouldn't exactly be a prison escape game if you weren't held to account over normal prison routines. Now, a big feature that will interest a lot of people, I'm sure, is the co-op. And the best part is, this isn't just online co-op, there is split-screen co-op as well. So with up to 4 people playing at once, you can try and escape together. Those players can also just leave and enter at any time they wish. The game doesn't require you to all be playing at once. There is also a versus mode, where players are pitted against one another to escape prison the fastest, and they only have 1 day in which to do it. There are no routines or jobs, etc. You simply have the open prison to escape from. I will admit, I think it isn't the most amazing game mode, but having it included is obviously still better than having nothing, so that's still a positive. Unfortunately, I'm not able to try out split screen or online features at this time due to the limited nature of this version, but again, this will be something I'll let you all know about in the final release. So elaborating on the game's features, whilst in prison you have a large crafting set that allows you to put together the most basic items you find around and create far more useful tools. However, unlocking many of these crafting recipes require intelligence, so you need to go to the library to read and level up. This just requires you to play a mini game for a bit. It's not exactly hard. And on this same theme, you can work out to increase your strength, for example, and such activities will, however, use up your stamina, and you need to replenish this with food, sitting, or lying down. You also have a health system, and this will drop when you get in fights, and again you just need to rest and eat to recover this health. But if you get so badly beaten up that you lose all your health, you'll collapse and be carried to the medical unit to recover. But in doing this you'll lose all your stuff, so anything you might have been looting and crafting is all lost. A big pain. And really, this is what it comes down to. You aren't going to fly through a prison breakout quickly. You'll spend a lot of time exploring, finding equipment, completing jobs, sticking to the rota, and plotting your next move carefully. A ton of stuff is never explained to you, and you need to work it out. For example, how to get into the high security section of the prison is going to take vigilance. Watch for guard movements. What could draw them out? How can you gain access? Do they have a key, or could you use a vent to get in, etc.? You just have to try all these things until one works. You also have to take into account that things like broken vents can get discovered and fixed up, which means your valuable equipment, which all has durability and so you can only use it a certain number of times before it breaks, needs to be used sparingly. You don't want to break open lots of stuff and break your tools only for it to be patched up soon after and you're back at square one. I can't wait to see what future prisons will look like. This one is clearly your typical, what you would expect a prison to look like setup. However, I have heard that there might be a prison set in space, so yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of epic surprises ahead. Obviously, this game gets a lovely WAF score of 0 as it stands, with no 21x9 support and even very terrible 16x9 support. We certainly need to see what they're going to do with the final release. But at least on a 16x9 level, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. It's just the 21x9 support that I'm not sure we're going to get. But I can say after playing this week, I am very excited for the final release, just from a gameplay standpoint, and I'll be covering it here on the channel when it comes out on the 22nd. So I hope that gives you a nice and early look at the game at 21x9. Give this video a like if you found it helpful and subscribe for future info. For any of the games at 21x9, head over to my channel or the WAF website. Hopefully I've covered it. If I haven't, then leave a comment down below and I'll try and cover it. And if you'd like to support the channel, the links to my Patreon page are in the description and Amazon affiliate links are there too. See you later.